Oh, 1, 2, honey, what you take? Okay, good morning. It's a new day. I didn't finish the tutorial yesterday, but I put on the same shirt so I could get away with it, but now I'm admitting it. Okay, so Mitski, as always, is like, somehow really simple and really complicated at once, but I have a chart, a pretty detailed chart that is available at my Patreon. The link is in the description, and I'll try to walk you through it. It is in standard tuning. The first chord is a C major chord, but not as an open chord, as a bar chord. And I don't think it's this, I think it's this. So hopefully you've played this chord before and then it's easy. Because if not, this one can be kind of tricky. First finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and 3rd finger barring the 5th fret on the D, the G, and the B. And you don't really want to play the high E string or the low E string. Some people play this chord and you can like this. So first finger on the 3rd fret of the A, 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the D, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the G, pinky on the 5th fret of the B. And throughout, obviously, like the acoustic guitar is doing this very tight. So it's this 2 8th note strums, right? And it's and immediately mute when you're done with the 2 strums, right? Pick up these fingers. Just pick them up enough to mute. Okay, so it goes from that. The rhythm, one of the things that's sort of simple and complicated about the song is that the rhythm of what beat those happens on feels like it changes. It's one of these things, like if I have more time to think about it, I think I could like figure it out. But like in the beginning, like you hear her count it in and she's like 1, 2, and what you take. So that's definitely beat 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So in the beginning, it's like on beats 2, but then later it seems to swap and it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It doesn't really affect what you play. And it's the same sequence of chords that I'll show you. The only thing that changes is that in the intro, there's one chord of the sequence that gets left out. So I'll start with the intro, and then I'll show you what that one chord is. So in the intro, it's C, then to F minor, again as a bar chord. Theoretically, you could play this one, but I think it is this one. As an E minor shape, so it's the 1st finger barring the 1st fret, 3rd finger playing the 3rd fret on the A, pinky playing the 3rd fret on the D. The next chord, I'm pretty sure I got this right. It's like a B diminished, and I think it's being played like this. So 1st finger on the 1st fret of the G, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the D. No low E string, no high E string, maybe open B. So this is like a little bit of a muting challenge. I mean, you can just avoid picking the low E string, strumming the low E string. For the high E string, I tend to do this trick where I like loop my, kind of hook my pinky around the high E string to mute it. You can also just kind of avoid it. It's hard. Or you can have your 1st finger kind of lean over to mute it. Anyway, that sounds like the chord to me. There's other versions of that chord that it might be, but I think it's that. And then in the intro, it then goes from this back to C, then back to F minor, then to D flat 7. So bar the 4th fret with your 1st finger, 3rd finger play the 6th fret on the D, pinky play the 6th fret on the B, and then back to C. And then that's goes into the 1st verse. Think my, right? Okay, so now for all the rest of the verses, it does that same chord sequence, but it adds a C minor after the B diminished. So the chord sequence the rest of the way is always C, F minor, B diminished, C minor. So C minor is a A minor shape bar chord off the 3rd fret. So my 1st finger is barring the 3rd fret or just playing the 3rd fret on the A, 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the B, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D, and pinky on the 5th fret of the G. And then it goes to C. And then the rest is the same like I showed you in the intro. C minor to C major, to F minor, to D flat 7, to C. Yeah, and the rhythm is always the same. It's like cha-cha, rest, cha-cha, rest, cha-cha, rest. But at one point it feels like it kind of, it flips where it goes from being 1, 2, 3, 4 to being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, and then the C, I'm looking at my chart to see if I'm doing this right. Yeah, it's like, it does pretty much always do that. Anyway, that sequence of chords, if you know the song, you should be able to figure it out with that. I need a cup of tea. Okay, so when it's going to the chorus, it goes into this like power chord section. So that times it'll go. So then it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. The chorus is pretty easy. It's all power chords. I would play them as these 3-note power chords. So 1st finger, the first one is a C power chord. 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the A, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D, pinky on the 5th fret of the G. Mute everything that's not those. Just 4 8th notes. It's very straight, the chorus. Then down to an F power chord, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the low E, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A, pinky on the 3rd fret of the D. Then up 3 frets, A flat. So 1st finger on the 4th fret of the low E, 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the A, pinky on the 6th fret of the D, and then down to G. Just move that power chord down to there. And then the second time on the chorus, it's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? That's the chorus. So it just, changed the length of the A flat and the G and then went back to the C. All right, let's do the rest on electric. Okay, the electric. So first of all, the rhythm parts of the electric are just like the same chords but as power chords. So like C power chord, F power chord. For the B diminished, I was playing that. I think that's probably right. So 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the D, and then back to C, F, D flat, right? It's like, you can just do that. The chorus, is exactly the same. I don't know if there's even acoustic guitar on the chorus in the Run the Record, but yeah, so you can play that. Okay, so now the little lead parts. So the intro. Tell me what you take. Hammer on from 5 to 7 on the G. Then bend the 7 up a half step and bring it back down. Another hammer on from 5 to 7 on the G. This part I wasn't totally sure I played right. It's something like that. So after you hammer on from 5 to 7 again, 8 on the G, and then a little pre-bend on the 5th fret of the D, back down to there. Right? Then hammer on from 5 to 8 on the G. Then another little pre-bend on the 8th fret of the B now. And then 5 to 6 on the B. And then I did it as 8 all the way down to 1. It could be just 8 to the 5 on the G. Kind of sounded like a slide to me. Could be here. So that would be 9, 10, 12, 5 on the G. It could also be 5, 7, 8, 1 on the B. That's the intro part. Then the little solo, 2 parts. The first one is going to go, or I'll do the higher one first. So high E string, 8 to 11, hammer on. And then 11 to 13, slide. 13 to 15, slide. And then 15, 13, 11. So 8, 11, 11, 13, 13, 15, 15, 13, 11. And then 11, 10, 8, 10 bent, 8, 11, 8, 11, 10. So like I said, there's a tab for all of this available at my Patreon. I don't know how to explain lead parts. Maybe I don't know how to explain any parts. Okay, so then there's a harmonized part with that that's like this. So that's 8 to 11 on the B, 11 to 10 on the B, 10 to 8 on the B, and then 8, 6, 4, 4, 6, 8, and then 4, 1, 4, 3. All right, I'll just let you like slow that down if you need to. That's those 2 parts. So then there's the weird like bridge, right? and it's like those tremolo guitars. Let me look at that again. So the tremolo guitars, it's like 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. So it's like the rhythm is like 1 and 2, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 13, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, right? And then, you know, that kind of tremolo picking, which if you know how to do it, right? Some version of that. If you don't know how to do that, just try to pick really fast. Yeah, so again, it's 5, 7, 7, 8, 8, 10, 13, 12, and then it's like 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 7, all on the G string. Either pick the tremolo picking, or just pick kind of fast, or again, there's a tab. You can hopefully figure something out for yourself. Let me know if you have any questions. Sorry if I went kind of fast with the lead stuff in particular. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope that helps.